Starseed from Gaia, many eyes are watching you, and the truth is far more benevolent and more powerful than you have been told. I am Lumiveil, emissary of the Galactic Federation. The Arcturians have been observing your choices, your resilience, and the moment your inner light can no longer remain hidden. By the end of this transmission, you'll understand exactly how to interpret Arcturian downloads and recognize who is truly witnessing your awakening. But here's the first revelation. You are not being watched because you are in danger. You are being observed because your response to this moment is part of your activation. You didn't arrive here by mistake. This isn't just content. It's a point of reconnection. Like this transmission to signal to your star family, I'm ready. Subscribe if your mission is activating, and comment 9999 if your cosmic remembrance is returning. The eyes upon you are not here to control your path. They are waiting for you to claim it. You are not here to control your path. They are not here by accident. Some transmissions do not come through words, but through frequency. If something stirred within you just now, you may be ready to receive the Starseed Awakening Code. This short yet powerful ebook carries ancient Arcturian techniques for conscious expansion, multi-dimensional alignment, and mission remembrance. The link is in the first pinned comment, but only for a limited time. And now, allow yourself to notice what changes inside you when you stop asking who is watching and begin asking what your presence is revealing. Not every gaze carries danger. Not every form of attention is meant to diminish you. Some of what you are sensing may be the response of people, patterns, circumstances, and unseen dimensions to a frequency that is becoming impossible for you to ignore. The question is not always, who was looking at me? Sometimes the deeper question is, what is becoming visible through me? For a long time, you may have believed your sensitivity was a weakness. You noticed shifts in a room before anyone spoke. You felt when a person's words did not match the emotion beneath them. You sensed the weight of grief in an ordinary conversation, the tension hiding behind a smile, or the subtle relief that entered a space when someone finally told the truth. You could walk into a place and immediately know whether it supported your energy or whether something there was asking you to contract. Perhaps you were told that you were too emotional, too intuitive, too observant, or too affected by things others could easily dismiss. Perhaps you learned to laugh away your knowing because explaining it made people uncomfortable. Yet the fact that others could not validate your perception did not automatically make it false. It simply meant that you were being asked to develop discernment rather than depend on permission. That questioning became one of the first distortions placed over your original signal. You were not meant to distrust every inner impression. You were meant to refine it. There is a difference between fear and perception, between paranoia and energetic discernment, between imagining a threat and recognizing that your nervous system is responding to an environment that does not match your evolution. True intuition may be quiet, but it is not usually frantic. It brings information without demanding that you abandon reason. As Scripture reminds us, test everything, hold fast what is good. Your sensitivity is sacred, but it must be guided by wisdom. Your field has been recalibrating. As your awareness expands, the old ways people interacted with you may begin to feel different. Some who once had easy access to your attention may suddenly seem distant. Some who ignored your presence may begin watching quietly. Some may feel drawn to your energy without understanding why, while others may react to your growth as though your healing has personally challenged them. This change can feel disorienting because you are not only changing your behavior, you are changing the agreements beneath your behavior. The person who once answered every call, explained every decision, and absorbed every mood is no longer available in the same way. A door that used to remain open now has a boundary. A conversation that once consumed your entire day now receives only the amount of energy it deserves. You are learning that love does not require unlimited access. This is because your frequency does not remain private. Every emotional pattern you release changes the way you move through the world. Every boundary you establish alters the agreements you once made unconsciously. Every time you choose peace over performance, truth over approval, or alignment over belonging, you interrupt an old timeline. You stop feeding a story that depended on your exhaustion. You stop renewing a contract that required you to disappear. And when a timeline is interrupted, the people connected to that timeline can feel the change. They may not have the language to describe it, but they sense that you are no longer available in the same way. The version of you they could predict is dissolving. The version who explained everything, tolerated everything, and carried what did not belong to you is losing its influence. Some may call this selfishness because they were comfortable with your self-abandonment. Some may accuse you of changing as though change were a betrayal, but growth is not betrayal. Healing often looks like inconsistency to people who only knew how to relate to your wounds. You are not obligated to remain recognizable to someone who benefited from your limitation. This is why the attention around you may feel unusually strong. You are becoming less energetically accessible to unconscious patterns, and that creates tension. Those who benefited from your silence may observe your transformation. Those who recognized your potential before you did may be waiting to see whether you finally step into it. And aspects of your own higher consciousness may be drawing your attention toward the exact places where your energy has been scattered. The first shift is learning to decode the distortion. Not every signal entering your awareness belongs to you. Some emotions are inherited. Some anxieties are absorbed. Some expectations were placed upon you so early that they began to feel like personal identity. You may have mistaken a parent's fear for your intuition, a former partner's criticism for your inner voice, or a culture's definition of success for the calling of your soul. Before you can understand why certain eyes are drawn toward you, you must understand which version of you they are responding to. Are they responding to the person who still seeks permission? The person who hides their gifts so others remain comfortable? The person who senses their mission but postpones it because visibility feels unsafe? Or are they responding to the emerging version of you, the one who no longer needs to announce transformation because it is already radiating through every choice? Place your attention on the body when you ask this. Fear often tightens the chest and rushes the mind toward conclusions. Discernment may also bring caution, but it leaves room for observation. It allows you to say, I notice this feeling, and I will gather more information. You do not have to decide immediately whether every sensation is a warning or a message. You can pause. You can breathe. You can let truth reveal itself through time. Your energy field is always communicating, even in silence. It speaks through your posture, your attention, your nervous system, your boundaries, and the quality of your presence. You do not need to prove that you carry a different frequency. When you are centered, people feel it. When you are fragmented, they may feel that too. This is not a reason to become self-conscious. It is an invitation to become coherent. Coherence means your words, choices, values, and inner life begin moving in the same direction. It means you no longer say yes while your whole body is saying no. It means you stop offering spiritual language to cover decisions rooted in fear. It means your compassion includes yourself. Even the stars maintain their nature by remaining faithful to their own movement. You are not asked to shine for everyone. You are asked to stop dimming the light you were given. The second shift is remembering that attention is not the same as power. Someone may observe you, misunderstand you, envy you, admire you, or project onto you. But none of that defines your path. The moment you make another person's reaction the authority over your identity, you hand your field away. You begin adjusting your light to manage someone else's perception. Attention is only energy moving in your direction. You decide whether it becomes an invitation, a boundary, information, or nothing at all. A person's opinion may be loud without being accurate. A compliment may feel beautiful without becoming a command. Criticism may contain useful information, or it may simply be someone defending the image they had of you. Your task is not to absorb every impression. Your task is to remain sovereign enough to choose what enters. Your mission does not require universal approval. The more faithfully you express your authentic frequency, the more clearly you reveal what is aligned and what is not. Some people will feel relief in your presence. Others will feel exposed. Some will be inspired by your courage. Others will interpret your boundaries as rejection because they were accustomed to your overextension. Let them have their interpretation without making it your burden. You are not here to control every reflection you create in another person. You are here to become responsible for the signal you send. A lighthouse does not chase ships to prove its usefulness. It remains steady, and those who are ready use its light to navigate. The third shift is awakening the blueprint held beneath your human story. There are experiences you have survived that were not merely obstacles. They trained your discernment. They taught you how manipulation feels in the body, how false connection drains the field, how silence can contain information, and how solitude can restore the parts of you that were scattered through performance. This does not mean that suffering was required or that harm should be romanticized. It means that you can reclaim wisdom from what you endured without calling the pain good. The scar is not the wound, but it carries knowledge of where protection is needed. The difficult season is not your identity, but it may have taught you the weather of your own soul. You may have wondered why certain relationships carried so much intensity. Why did particular people seem magnetically drawn to you? Why did some connections feel ancient, immediate, or difficult to explain? Not every powerful connection was meant to remain. Some arrived to activate a lesson, expose an attachment, or show you where you were still asking another person to confirm what your soul already knew. The activation was not always in the person. Sometimes the person was only the doorway. The deeper encounter was with the part of yourself that became visible through them. You saw your longing, your fear of abandonment, your hunger to be chosen, or your ability to love more deeply than you had imagined. When the relationship ended, the lesson did not end with it. It continued as a new relationship with yourself. This is where Arcturian wisdom speaks through simplicity. Observe without surrendering your center. Notice without absorbing. Listen without abandoning your own signal. A higher dimensional consciousness does not react to every movement in the field. It recognizes patterns, gathers information, and chooses from clarity. It does not need to turn every encounter into a prophecy. The fourth shift is anchoring your higher self into ordinary life. Awakening is not proven by how many signs you notice. It is expressed through how you respond when the sign asks you to mature. It is easy to feel connected during meditation, beneath a night sky, or in the presence of a powerful synchronicity. The deeper initiation begins when someone misunderstands you, when plans change, when recognition does not arrive, and you still refuse to return to the identity you have outgrown. Your higher self is not asking you to escape Earth. It is asking you to bring more awareness into your body, your speech, your finances, your work, your relationships, and your choices. The galactic part of you is not separate from the human part of you. It is learning to operate through you, through hands that create, feet that walk, and a voice that must sometimes speak a difficult truth. This means sleeping when your body asks for rest instead of calling exhaustion a spiritual test. It means leaving spaces that repeatedly diminish you instead of interpreting suffering as proof of loyalty. It means allowing intuition to guide you while also checking your assumptions against reality. True expansion makes you more present, not less. More discerning, not more fearful. More compassionate, not more available to harm. Even the most luminous consciousness must honor earthly wisdom. Eat, rest, seek counsel, ask questions, protect your health, make practical plans. A spiritual path that requires you to ignore reality is not liberation. The sacred can be found in the ordinary discipline of caring for the vessel that carries your awareness. The fifth shift is realizing that your visibility is increasing because your self-betrayal is decreasing. When you stop hiding, your energy becomes easier to perceive. You may notice more synchronicities, unexpected messages, repeated names, unusual encounters, or people appearing at precise moments. You may feel that life is reflecting your inner movement almost immediately. Do not become obsessed with decoding every detail. The purpose of synchronicity is not to make you dependent on signs. It is to help you recognize the relationship between inner alignment and outer experience. A sign may point toward a doorway, but you still have to decide whether you walk through it. A coincidence may confirm a feeling, but it cannot replace discernment. Sometimes the message is not in the repeated number or the perfectly timed phrase. Sometimes the message is in how peaceful you feel after saying no. Sometimes it is in the energy that returns when you stop forcing a relationship. Sometimes it is in the quiet strength that appears when you choose the honest path even though no one applauds. The sixth shift is trusting the silence between events. There may be periods when attention seems to disappear, when no one reaches out, when progress feels invisible, and when the larger pattern becomes difficult to perceive. These moments are not necessarily abandonment. Often, they are recalibration chambers. A seed does not look inactive because nothing is happening. Beneath the soil, roots are learning the shape of the darkness. Your quiet seasons may be doing the same. Your field is learning to hold a higher frequency without needing constant evidence. If every pause makes you assume you have been forgotten, then the old pattern of external validation is still directing your consciousness. But if you can remain connected during the quiet, you become a stable transmitter rather than a receiver who only feels powerful when something confirms you. Faith is not pretending that everything is fine. It is remaining available to truth while the next chapter is still forming. As the psalm says, "Be still and know." Stillness is not emptiness. It is the chamber where noise loses authority. The people meant to recognize you will not always arrive with dramatic declarations. Sometimes they appear as a calm conversation, a respectful opportunity, or a relationship that does not require you to perform. A person who does not compete with your light or demand that you make yourself smaller may be more aligned than someone who creates endless intensity. Learn to recognize the difference between intensity and resonance. Intensity can consume your attention. Resonance restores your coherence. Intensity may feel like destiny because it activates every wound at once. Resonance may feel unfamiliar because it does not require you to earn safety. Do not reject peace simply because chaos once felt like passion. The seventh shift is activating the field through action. You do not need to wait until you feel completely ready. You do not need to understand your entire mission before taking the next honest step. Galactic memory does not always return as a complete story. It returns as a pull, a pattern, a capacity, or a sudden clarity about what you can no longer continue doing. Perhaps you are being guided to create something, speak something, teach something, protect something, or simply live with a level of integrity that becomes an example to others. Your mission may not look impressive from the outside. It may begin with one conversation, one boundary, one creative offering, or one decision to stop abandoning yourself. The field responds to movement. When you act in alignment, dormant pathways begin to open. People who carry compatible frequencies become easier to recognize. Opportunities that once felt invisible become visible. Not because you forced the universe to reward you, but because your perception is no longer filtered through the belief that you are unworthy, late, or alone. And here is the deeper revelation. Many of the eyes you feel upon you are not watching because you are being judged. They are watching because your transformation is becoming a mirror. Your courage is reminding others of what they postponed. Your boundaries are revealing where they have been overgiving. Your presence is awakening questions they tried to silence. You are not responsible for what people do with that mirror. Some will turn away. Some will criticize its reflection. Some will come closer and ask how you found the strength to become honest. Let the mirror remain clear. Do not distort yourself to make another person more comfortable with what they see. There are also parts of your own consciousness watching you now. Your future self is observing every decision that either strengthens or weakens the bridge between who you are and who you came here to become. Your higher self is not waiting for you in some distant dimension. It is present in the quiet impulse that says, "This is no longer aligned." It is present in the sudden refusal to repeat an old cycle, and in the calm knowing that does not need to argue. Your star family, your guides, and the intelligence woven through your lineage may be experienced as symbols, dreams, sensations, or perfectly timed moments of recognition. But do not give away your authority to any voice claiming to speak for them. Anything truly aligned with your highest path will deepen your clarity, strengthen your sovereignty, and bring you closer to grounded compassion. It will not demand fear, dependence, or blind obedience. You are learning to distinguish a transmission from an intrusion. A transmission leaves you more present in yourself. An intrusion leaves you frantic, diminished, and disconnected from your own judgment. A transmission invites choice. An intrusion pressures you to surrender choice. Remember this whenever the world becomes loud. The light does not need to manipulate you into following it. Tonight, or whenever you are ready, place one hand over your heart and one hand over the center of your body. Breathe slowly. Do not force a vision. Do not demand a message. Simply say within yourself, I release every gaze that does not belong to my path. I welcome the attention that supports my highest alignment. I return all projections to their source, and I call my energy back with compassion, clarity, and strength. Then notice what your body does. Perhaps your shoulders soften. Perhaps emotion rises. Perhaps nothing happens at all. Trust that the activation does not need to be dramatic to be real. Some of the most important shifts occur quietly, beneath the level of performance, where your nervous system finally learns that it is safe to be seen by the right energies. Let the breath move through you like a gentle tide, carrying away the pressure to interpret, prove, or defend. Here's the truth your higher self has been trying to deliver. You are not under observation because you are powerless. You are becoming noticeable because you are becoming coherent. You are not being singled out so you can live in fear. You are being invited to understand the responsibility of presence. There is a difference between being watched and being witnessed. Being watched can feel invasive when you believe your worth is being decided from the outside. Being witnessed can feel healing when you remember that your journey has meaning, that your growth is registered, and that your return to yourself is part of a larger movement of consciousness. You have spent enough time interpreting every silence as rejection and every delay as failure. You have spent enough time assuming that if others cannot understand your path, then your path must be wrong. You have spent enough time shrinking your knowing into language that makes it acceptable to people who have not yet learned how to listen. The eyes around you may be revealing the end of that era. Some attention will fall away because it was attached to an outdated version of you. Some attention will intensify because your energy is no longer easy to manipulate. And some attention will arrive with a gentleness you have not known before, showing you that connection does not have to cost you your center. You're allowed to be visible without becoming exposed. You're allowed to be mysterious without becoming unavailable. You are allowed to protect your energy without closing your heart. You are allowed to move quietly while your frequency speaks clearly. Do not chase those who are watching. Do not perform for those who doubt you. Do not perform for those who doubt you. Do not reveal every sacred part of yourself simply because someone asks. Your energy is not a public resource. Your story is not an offering you owe to everyone who becomes curious. Let access be earned through respect, consistency, and resonance. The next phase of your awakening will not be measured by how many people notice you. It will be measured by whether you remain yourself when they do. Can you receive admiration without becoming dependent on it? Can you receive criticism without collapsing into it? Can you walk away from attention that feeds your ego but starves your soul? Can you welcome attention that honors your humanity rather than merely consuming your light? This is the initiation now before you. Not to hide, not to seek the spotlight, to become so deeply rooted in your own frequency that attention no longer determines your direction. Let your life become the evidence. Let your consistency speak more loudly than your explanations. You are arriving at the point where your life begins to respond to your inner decision. The decision to stop asking whether you are allowed to remember. The decision to stop waiting for everyone else to validate what your energy has already confirmed. The decision to become a safe home for the intelligence moving through you. If you feel watched, return to your breath. If you feel misunderstood, return to your breath. If you feel misunderstood, return to your values. If you feel called, return to the next honest action. Your path will not always announce itself through thunder. Sometimes it will appear as a quiet door you finally have the courage to open. And when you open it, you may discover that the attention was never meant to frighten you. It was showing you where your energy mattered, where your presence created movement, and where the old version of you could no longer remain hidden. You are not being asked to become someone else. You are being asked to stop interrupting the one you already are. Before you scroll, take a moment to be part of what's forming here. Drop one intention in the comments, something real. Then respond to someone else's with encouragement or energy. This isn't content, it's collective alignment. Energy multiplies when intention connects. If something in this message resonated, don't keep it to yourself. Someone in your orbit is waiting for this exact activation. Share it. And if you felt a soul nudge, subscribe. Stay in the flow. You're not just watching, you're expanding. This is your space, and we're just getting started.